god! No doubt about it. So catchy. Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. Derek Reacts, back at it again. And yes, you read right. ABBA Voyage. It's finally here, guys. Exciting indeed. Can't wait to get my hands on this. I'll be reacting to all 10 songs. Not full reactions on the 3 I already did. If you guys haven't seen those, check them out. I made videos on all those already. I Still Have Faith in You, Don't Shut Me Down, and Just a Notion. Those were fantastic. I'll still play them, but I won't review them because I already did that, and I want you guys to check that in my other videos. But guys, this is so exciting. I still haven't received my vinyl yet in the mail. I pre-ordered it. It's probably coming tomorrow. I don't know, but we'll see. But let's get right to it, guys. I mean, this is unbelievable. 40 years, guys, and it's the final one. And they're gonna be saying goodbye. So I Still Have Faith in You, When You Danced With Me, Little Things, Don't Shut Me Down, Just a Notion, I Can Be That Woman, Keep an Eye on Dan, Bumblebee, No Doubt About It, Ode to Freedom. And there you have it. Let's get right to it. Before we get into the video, please take a moment, comment, like, and subscribe. Makes videos like these all the more possible. And also, join Patreon today. Request videos like these, other videos that you want me to react to. And if you're just there to support the channel, that's greatly appreciated as well. Check it out when you get a chance. Check out my store, DerekReacts.store. I have a lot of custom tees, designs, inspiration made possible by you guys in my music journey, like the one I'm wearing now, many others. Check it out, guys. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also Spotify, where all my Derek React approved hits make the cut. Alright guys, let's get right to this. Let's go.
You're asleep on the couch with Tammy. And she looks straight up at me. The reproach in her eyes is imagined, but the pain that I feel is real. She jumps down and her tail is swishing like a feather right under your nose.
She's describing a dog? Okay.
And then you wake up and you're bleary-eyed. I say I'm sorry, I can see you cry.
Oh my god, no, don't do this to me.
You look frail as you stand before me. Then you curse and kick a chair. And the dog, bless her heart, licks my fingers. But she jerks every time you swear.
How real is this? Oh my god.
I feel sick and my hands are shaking. This is how all our fights have begun. You say you've had it, and you say screw you. I say I love you, and I know it's true. You're not the man you should have been. I let you down somehow. Not the one I could have been. I'm not the woman I could have been. I can be that woman, but I can be that woman now.
Oh my god.
You're confused when you turn to face me.
Let me pause it here, guys. This is a very interesting song. Very interesting song. Very, very deep. Indeed, very visual. I'm glued to the lyrics like never before. When was the last time ABBA did that to me? Where I'm just like completely in the story and I'm just glued to it. And just waiting to hear what she says next because it's very visual. A nice story. A nice story of a lot of realism, a lot of drama. And you know, who can relate to this, guys? This is like very real. Extremely real. And it's so good. It's really good. I was listening to the melody a little bit, specifically in the second verse at the end of the line where she says, "You say you've had it, and you say screw you. I say I love you, and I know it's true." It almost sounds like another song that I've heard before. Um, I think it's like a rock ballad song. I don't know. It just reminds me of another song for some reason, and that I've heard before on the radio. I don't know. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't think I've reacted to it in the past. But let's continue. It's got me got my attention.
Face me, is it true or is she drunk? But it's clear that I've hit my rock bottom. I'm aware of how far I've sunk.
Wow.
And the dog is the first to feel it. There's a shimmer of hope in your eyes. You can't believe it.
There it is. There it is.
But you're close to tears. Oh, but I'm sorry for the wasted years. You're not the man you should have been. I let you down somehow. Not the one I could have been. I'm not the woman I could have been. I can be that woman. But I can be that woman now.
Wow. I gotta tell you something. This is probably the first song that I've ever heard from ABBA that really shows a lot. I mean, a lot of maturity. A lot, more than ever. And I think not only does it bring a lot of realism to it, but it's a song that you kind of don't really expect ABBA singing. I don't know how to explain it. It sounds very, very contemporary. And it just I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a very interesting type of story about a relationship between a man and a woman. And the thing is about this one is that they used a dog in this song, and I can relate to this because whenever I get in a heated discussion or argument with my partner, my dog's the first one to feel it coming, to almost anticipate what's gonna happen next. And she's very my golden's very, very emotional, and she knows how to respond to certain things. And when I'm reading this and I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, this is so true. This is so true. I can really relate to this stuff, guys. I mean, look at this. You look so frail as you stand before me. Then you curse and kick the chair, and the dog, bless her heart, licks my fingers. Isn't that very real? But she jerks every time you swear. I feel sick and my hands are shaking. This is how all our fights have begun. You've said it. You've had it. You said, screw you. I say I love you, and I know it's true. Right? She acknowledges that she's not perfect, but at the same time, he's also has his issues as well. And she says that she could have been better. She could have been better, but so can he. But she's realized that everything that's happened, that's come to play, has made herself realize that, you know what, I can be better than this, and I can be that woman that I should be, and that you want me to be. Acknowledging that she's let her that she's that she's let him down. She's let him down. So there's that. Very, very interesting. I think the highlight to this song when it comes to the music, I guess melody and catchy wise, is that part when I said, and then you wake up and then you're bleary eyed and I say I'm sorry. I can see you cried. The last two lines, in each of the verses, last two lines just before the chorus, those are the highlights. Piano driven, battlingly, very, very sad. They slowed things down with this one. This was an interesting track to look into, most definitely, and revisit in the future. And I would probably have to get back to that. I'm not going to prove it because I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those songs, very sentimental, kind of caught me off guard. And I'm going to give this one a 9. I'm going to give this one a 9. I'm pretty sure that it's going to grow on me. Thus the rating. Thus the rating. So I'm going to get to the next reaction. Keep an eye on Dan. See you guys for that one. Ooh, this is interesting. Some synths, guys.
I know that this shouldn't be a traumatic event, but it is.
Oh my god, I love it.
And I feel so bad.
Holy bananas.
My little boy looks so happy, he throws me his go mommy kiss. And he laughs. He's dead.
I'm in love. I'm in love.
And I loved him too. Maybe I still do. But it's over. Keep an eye on Dan. Promise me you can. He gets out of hand if you let him. So keep an eye on Dan. And don't forget, I'll be back on Sunday to get him. So keep an eye on Dan.
Oh my god. Go, go, go. Ay, Dios mío. Seventh song. Benny brought out his synthesizer. Benny brought out his synth, and it's amazing. Doesn't this thing sound like good? This sounds like it would be so fitting in the Arrival album. What do you guys think? I know you guys are gonna agree with me when I say that. It sounds like something from Arrival. Oh my god, so sci-fi, but also very dramatic, mysterious in the beginning. That's how Arrival was. That album was so underrated, right, guys? What do you think? It was so good. Wait, hold on a second. I'm saying Arrival. I mean Visitors. That's what I mean. I don't know why I said Arrival. Is it Arrival or Visitors? I'm losing track, guys. It sounds so good. Oh my god, the voice, everything, the synths, all the drama. I think she's talking about her son. Keep an eye on Dan, right? It's an interesting song. Let's rewind.
Certain that I'm out of sight, I pull over and turn off the car.
Oh, she's driving.
And I bang a wheel. I can't believe that I'm actually held it together this far. Seeing how
Here it is.
I feel, but I said goodbye, and I did not cry, though my heart ached. Keep an eye on them, promise me you can. He gets out of hand if you let him, so keep an eye on them. And don't forget, I'll be back at 7 on Sunday to get him high.
The bridge.
I think he must have lost
These lyrics.
funny how it takes me back to our first date. So keep an eye
So dramatic. Oh. Piano there. So dramatic. Benny brought out his synthesizer and he didn't look back. He's like, I'm bringing this thing out. It's been collecting dust for years, and I'm going to bring it out, and I'm going to show who's boss. Notice there towards the end, that piano part, didn't it remind you of SOS a little bit? Towards the end there, very interesting. It seems like this song has a lot to do with custody. It's like a custody battle between, parents. Like she's saying, it's time to go to see your dad, but she cannot grasp the fact that she has to leave him with him. And she's saying, keep an eye on him, and promise that you keep an eye and take care of him. And then he says, "Don't worry, go on." Dan says, "Go on, I'll be okay." He's smiling, and he even gives a kiss. Even gives a kiss to his mom. And she says it. She's like, "Oh my God, it's over." She's like, I loved him too. Maybe I still do, but it's over. It's over now." And then she pulls to the side off the road. She hits the wheel. She turns off the car, and she says, "I can't believe I held it off to all this time together, and knowing how I feel." And then the pre-chorus comes in, and then the chorus comes in, smashing. The part I started laughing was when she says, "I think he must have lost some weight." Funny how it takes me back to our first date. So keep an eye on Dan. These lyrics are cheesy. It's kind of funny. Like, just picturing Frida this was who was singing lead vocals on this? Was it Arnetta? I don't know who's singing lead vocals. Their voices are so similar, guys. Even after all these years, after they've aged so long, you could just picture her sitting in the car, hitting the wheel, going bananas, and just can't keep it together. Can't keep it together. But my God, what a highlight on the album! What a surprise! What a surprise! I completely fell in love with this one. One user commented on my post earlier saying that that this was one to remember, this song. And boy, he did not lie. Oof, so good. I'll see you guys next for Bumblebee. That's interesting. See you guys for that one next. The flutes are back. Fernando.
He likes the lilacs in my garden. I love to watch him fly. He's just a tiny fuzzy ball, and I wonder how he can fly at all. A world without him, I dread to think what that would be, and I'd imagine my distress. It would be a new kind of loneliness.
God, Frida sounds amazing. Amazing.
But for now, I'm in my garden, watching clouds sail with the breeze, feeling carefree as I listen to the hum of bumblebees.
There's a little marching thing.
Quite absurd this summer morning to think we could be trapped inside a world where all is changing too fast for bumblebees to attack. From thyme to bluebell, from hyacinth to lily rose, oh how I do adore the sight of his rather clumsy, erratic flight. And for now I'm in my garden, watching clouds sail with the breeze.
I'm gonna prove this one too. Yes, the instrumentation to this is sick, guys. Sick sick instrumentation. I mean, only ABBA can pull this off. Only they can be able. I mean, it's just so good with everything. It reminds me a lot of Fernando. It reminds me a lot of Fernando, and Frida's voice is just amazing. Another Frida-led track, and she just sounds amazing. Amazing, guys, amazing. And you get all those bells and whistles coming in. Love that flute. Love that flute back there. Little drum effect there. Benny bringing out his synth again. By the way, his synth is coming in. This is a slower one, slow, and you're wondering when it's gonna take off. It really doesn't quite do that. It really doesn't quite do that. But what's so great about it is that you have all of that instrumentation to help it, kind of like give that effect that it's gonna go up. And then the lyrics again. The lyrics. I'm reading the lyrics and I'm like, oh my god. There's a lot of metaphors for this one. Very a symbolic song, I can tell. But it's good, guys. It's good.
Feeling carefree as I listen to the hum of bumblebees. Yes, for now I'm in my garden, watching clouds sail with the breeze. Feeling sad for those who never hear the hum of bumblebees. Oh yes, for now I'm in my garden,
Oh, nice.
watching clouds sail with the breeze. Feeling sad for those who never hear the hum of bumblebees.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh God. So you have the synths, you have the keyboard arrangements, you got those strings, very light and fluffy. This one with that beautiful, beautiful flute that comes in, and my God, they slayed again. They slayed this one again. This is such a great one. Kind of like another cute song, right? Using bumblebees. Kind of like a metaphor in some instances, but for now I'm in my garden watching clouds sail with a breeze, feeling carefree as I listen to the hum of bumblebees. And it's quite absurd that the summer morning to think that that we could be trapped inside a world where all is changing too fast for bumblebees to adapt. And then they go on to name a whole bunch of different, I guess, flowers. Thyme, blueball, hyacinth, and lily rose. How do I adore the sight of the rather clumsy, erratic flight? And for now in my garden watching clouds sail with a breeze. Very, very interesting because at times you feel like you're the bee, but then at times you feel like it's kind of like a first person type of thing going on where they're watching bees kind of like do their own thing, and they're truly very fascinating insects. They're truly very fascinating, and I love them. I love them to death. And they're very, very needed in our world, and they're becoming extinct, which is very sad. I know I heard Blondie's trying to save them. She had a whole album dedicated to bees and stuff like that. So there's that. But a very interesting song, kind of like a interesting song to put it in the album as well too. I wonder if they're gonna abandon the flute for the next two songs left. I don't know. I like it so far. I like it, but it's great. This one I'm gonna give a 8. Bumblebee. And then I'll see you guys for the next one next. Sounds like a
I messed it up alright, and there's no doubt about it.
Oh, I like that.
I had to pick this fight 'cause I go mad without it. Drifting like a willow when the storm is brewing. Oh yeah, that's you, but hey, I take the rap. This one's my mishap, and there's
No doubt about it.
He tells me that he won't take the bait, that I have a tendency Well then why do I let it upset me? Yes, and why am I biting my nails? I made a mess this time, a mess.
No doubt about it.
Hands down, the form is fine, and I'm prepared to shout it out. Because the truth comes if it makes you happy. Oh yes, I could, so hey, I think I'll take this one, 'cause I made a mess.
No doubt about it. So catchy.
He says sweet forbearance
catchy.
in his eyes. All couples we know are able to compromise.
So we have nice classic ABBA. Classic ABBA, doing it again, guys. Doing it again. Very, very catchy. Approved all the way. This time, I believe Aneta is taking lead, guys. I apologize if I'm getting this wrong. It's just so hard to know who's who because they sound alike. Even after all these years, can you believe it? After all these years, but this is crazy. Now we're getting kind of like that vintage ABBA that we're so accustomed to hearing, specifically with kind of like those rockier songs they did in the earlier days. And they're so good. And I like this one. This one's catchy. You hear a lot of those classic rock arrangements that we get. That bass, the guitar strings. I'm surprised Bjorn hasn't, made an appearance with vocals. Hasn't made an appearance with vocals. We know how much he's done that in the past, but I like it. Thus far. Really good.
He's too good for me, that's one thing I know for sure. If that's true, why do I let it upset me? There I go, stomping
Oh my God.
my feet like a child.
I love it.
But he's a good man, he tries to understand why I freak out. He worries and I know it's an honest reaction. I messed it
Up alright.
and there's
No doubt about it.
I had to pick this fight. I had gone mad without me. Kissing at the wild cat when I should be purring. But you know me, this isn't where it ends. I could make amends and there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. This isn't where it ends.
Oh my God, it's a short song, but it's good. It's good on the ears. Packs a punch. I love the way that comes off. I looked at the title and I'm like, I'm gonna love this one because I like the way the title sounds. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So I like that. And I was like, this is gonna be a no doubter. I'm gonna love this one. No doubter. Everything about it. Soon as the chorus hits, right in the beginning, they waste no time. I knew that I was all in. And that's classic vintage ABBA, like I say, guys. And there you have it. Everything about this one's good, guys. No complaints here whatsoever. The voices are very distinctive. It just seems like whenever someone takes lead, I can't figure it out. I don't know why. It's crazy. But this is a no doubter. Most definitely. Can't wait to react to the last and final one to close the album off. I'll see you guys for that one next. But I'm going to give this one a 9. And I'll see you guys next for the next one. Wow. All those strings. Holy crap, guys. Beautiful. Wow.
If I ever write my ode to freedom,
Wow.
If I ever wrote my
Ode to freedom.
being privileged and spoiled for choice, then I fear that you would be suspicious of the cause to which I lend my voice. It's elusive and it's hard to hold. It's a fleeting thing. That's why there is no road to freedom truly worth remembering. I wish someone would write a note to freedom that we all could see.
Wow, my God, this is crazy. What a way to end the album and close it off with that. That's very interesting song selection to close it off. An ode to freedom, and I gotta tell you something, filled with big, majestic sounds from orchestra arrangements there. And you can thank. I wonder who was responsible for the orchestra arrangement on that. I have to see. They got the International School, the Stockholm Choir, um, and just amazing amount of strings and all of that height with everything and instrumentation. It's completely crazy to close it off. Very short, interesting song though to close it off, right? To close it off. But they do a great job with this album, and you have to understand how long it's been, guys, and everything that's happened in between all that time for ABBA after all these years, and they come and they release this thing, and the anticipation was high, was really high. There are a lot of great moments in this album, but there are also a lot of other moments where you kind of like just wonder, was an interesting choice? That was an interesting a song to put in, and you just wonder like what was the thought process behind that. This one I'm gonna give a 7. Um, it's a great song, but it just I mean I'm not really will I come back to it? I don't know. Um, I think that this one alongside with Little Things, is it Little Things? It's the Christmas one. It's probably one of those songs that I probably would hear around this time of year. And it kind of like falls into that kind of category. So I'm gonna give this one an 8 as well. It's not a bad song at all. It's very short, but it just has its time and place. And I feel like that's what happens a lot with this album. There's a time and place for songs. Specifically with the first one, I Still Have Faith in You, right? Are you gonna be hearing that all the time? I don't know. I don't know. It's a maybe maybe a good song to do your cleaning with or whatever like that. But it's just great. It's just great. It's a great song. Great, well written song. Everything about it is just good on the ears. But it's not something that obviously you would probably jam out to in the car, right? I don't know. When You Dance with Me, and that was an interesting song too. That had kind of like those Irish Celtic vibes with all of those flutes and stuff like that. And a lot of flutes are kind of like thrown in this album sporadically throughout the album with different songs. And that was, and I gave it a 7. That was a little bit lower on the end. Probably my lowest one I think I ranked along with other ones. But Little Things as well, an interesting song to throw in as the number 3 slot. I gave that one an 8. And it's a very cute Christmas song, but it's also very visual too as well, and that was nice too. Don't Shut Me Down and Just an Ocean, back to back, guys. These songs. If you want ABBA, if you want jam ABBA, this is it. These are the two songs that are probably gonna stand out, along with what's that one? Keep an Eye on Dan. I think those are the three songs that are probably gonna that are gonna get probably a heavy rotation in terms of kind of like jam out type of songs, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. That's what we want. I Can Be That Woman. This is a very interesting song, guys. Probably a song that I said before that's gonna probably keep my attention abound for days, for months to come. After I listen to it over and over again, because it's just very, very mature, very, very different, and it has something about ABBA that I have never listened to before, when it comes to them. And yes, they've tackled relationships, the types of songs with other songs like Winner Takes It All and all those other songs. Like their relationship was, yes, but this one's different. This one's different. There's something special about this one. I gave that one a 9. Keep an Eye on Dan, 10. That thing was amazing, amazing, guys. Probably a highlight of the album. Stand out too. Bumblebee was okay. Bumblebee, I gave it an 8. That was nice. No doubt about it. I gave that a 9. That's vintage ABBA, classic ABBA. And I kind of liked where they put that into in the album, kind of like towards the end. And then they close it off with Ode to Freedom. So here's the thing: my overall analysis and thought about this album. I think when it comes to instrumentation, it's completely slayed. I think they all sound great. There are some songs where I feel like they kind of like tinkered with their voices, and I noticed that some of them they kind of like they kind of like cleaned it up. I could tell they did something like that. But I think that Keep an Eye on Dan. You're getting the Visitors, those vibes from the Visitors. I said Arrival. That's not what I meant. I meant the Visitors. That song is very, very stand out. But there's other songs on this album that you just wonder, like what was the thought process behind it? And Ode to Freedom, Bumblebee, um, Little Things, When You Dance with Me. Those songs, you have to just wonder, like what, what was going on, like what, they're not completely bad songs, but you just wonder what kind of like happened and what kind of like transpired. These guys, they're much older now, guys. They're much older, so things have changed. Things have changed a lot, but their sound still there. It's still there, guys. It's still there, and that's what's so great about them. That's what's great about them. So you have Annette on vocals, Bjorn on vocals as well, a lot of backing vocals too. Benny with vocals and piano and synths, bringing out his nice synthesizer. And then you have Frida on vocals too. You have the International School of Stockholm Choir. And then you have all the instrumentation with baritone, saxophone, flute by Jan. That's the one that's doing the flute. Mats is doing bass, clarinet, a recorder, and also tenor and saxophone is Par Grekbakken. And then you have Per Lindball on drums and percussion, Lassie Johnson on guitar, Les Wellander, look at that, Les Wellander back at it with guitar. And then you have Margareta Bengtsson on harp. So we heard some strings there with harps and stuff like that too. A very interesting type of album. It's so sad that after all this time, this is going to be their last and final one, and they're not going to do it anymore after this, guys. But you know what? They've got a great discography on their hands, and it's just always great to revisit these songs, guys. I mean, the fact that they able to release an album like this after all these years, it's just great. It's great. It's great. And it's always great to have new material from any type of artist that's been in the business for such a long time, and then they stay true to their sound and don't try to go steer away from it. And if they do, if people do that, you've seen that in the past with other artists where they try to shake things up and make things, and sometimes it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. But these guys, they have a formula, they stick to it, and they deliver. They deliver all the time. So there's that. A lot of good stuff from this album. A lot of iffy things, and a lot of question marks. But you know what? As a whole, it's pretty solid. I think it's a well-rounded 8 on the album. A nice well-rounded 8, and there you have it. Let me know what you think about this one. I would love to hear what you have to say. Until next time, for more videos like these, guys, take care. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more videos like these, be sure to check this one out. And also take a moment to comment, like, and smash the subscribe button to stay on all the latest reaction videos. And guys, yes, I have a Patreon link. Be sure to check that out when you get a chance. Help support my channel. Makes recommendations like the one you just saw all the more possible. Alright guys, take care. Love you guys. Peace.